laser have effects on the magnetic sensor or not? Or is just like the laser you're using now?
The magnetic sensor, I use the PNI RM, the same, I use the same magnetic sensor as DistoX, and I use a new, much better, the same, in fact, a new acceleration sensors, a better acceleration sensors than DistoX, and currently the laser, the biggest laser lens for Cavway X1 is 150 meters. That's the longest distance, and maybe they told me they will have a new version, but I haven't seen it. I still need some time to find their new product.
Yeah, thanks.
Siamo di nuovo in diretta.
So if there is any question from the people following us on live streaming, you can ask them on the web, on the chat of the stream.
Okay.
But I think there are no question on the chat. I don't see.
No, in this moment, no.
No question on the web. Unfortunately, the hour we scheduled the web presentation is in the early afternoon here in Europe, so it's not the most convenient time. But considering your health condition, this is we couldn't probably do any better than this. In any case, the recording will be on the web channel, on the YouTube channel, and people can watch it and see it afterwards.
Scusa, c'è una domanda in realtà, anche se già Siwei ha risposto. Chiedono come hai affrontato il problema delle interferenze magnetiche e della deriva dei sensori, soprattutto negli ambienti più difficili.
Perché non te lo chiedi tu in inglese?
How did you address magnetic interference and sensor drift in the Cavway, especially in challenging cave environments?
Did you get it, Siwei?
Magnetic interference.
The question was. The question is, how do you address the problem of magnetic interference and sensor drifting, especially in a challenging magnetic environment? Probably they mean lava caves or whatever, I don't know, or maybe.
Penso di sì.
Yeah, probably they mean serving in lava caves. So you know that lava caves have
I know.
a lot of problem with magnetism.
Yeah, I know this question. For DistoX, the DistoX always sometimes got magnetized, and we have to recalibration. This is because.
Do you have experience in serving in lava caves? Siwei, do you did you do some any survey in lava caves, or is just you know that the problem, and do you have a personal experience of the problem?
I have met similar problem. I have made a lot of surveys in recent 3 years. I surveyed more than 10 kilometers a year, maybe 20 kilometers a year, and I met similar problem. I have made a study on this topic, and in my point of view, in DistoX, there's a lot of components made by Aaron, and especially in the new type of Leica, like DistoX310, and there's an inductor on the laser, and which put too close to the magnetic sensor. And if the inductor get magnetized, then the calibration got lost, and we have to make a new calibration. In the Cavway, I put I put 2 sets of sensors in the rear of the device, and I test I test the magnetization of every component, and I put every part as far as possible from the magnetic sensor. That's to guarantee it has a less influence on the sensors, because the structure, the case is designed by me. And for example, the keys is has some is a magnetic. So I put the key as far as I tested the length, the distance from the key to the sensors, and to make sure it has enough distance to make sure it has no influence on the sensors. Also, the USB connector and the inductor is also magnetic. So I put these parts as far as possible to the sensors. Also, the new acceleration sensor is magnetic. So I check. I made a lot of experiments when I made the PCB layout. I spent a lot of time to test which parts has influence on the magnetic sensor, and I made a lot of experiments to check how many millimeters, with how many millimeters they have no influence on the sensors. So I'm very convinced that the Cavway X1 has a better performance on resist on calibration loss. It is not get magnetized easily. It's more robust on this. I'm very confident about this.
Ok.
Because I made a lot of tests. I made a lot of experiments.
Brief translation. Che Siwei ha fatto tanti test sulle varie componenti che sono magnetizzabili, che possono influenzare i sensori magnetici. I sensori sono posti proprio nell'estrema parte indietro, nell'estremità indietro del Cavway, del PCB, proprio in coda. Le parti più che hanno maggiore influenza sono un avvolgimento induttivo del laser, mentre nel DistoX il sensore magnetico è troppo vicino al laser, nel Cavway li ha messi proprio il più lontano possibile. Altre componenti che ha valutato, che ha misurato quanto poteva essere l'influenza sono il tastierino, come si chiama, la presa USB e anche i sensori gravitazionali che hanno una parte magnetizzabile, anche quelli hanno tutta influenza sul campo magnetico interno. Ha fatto questo, diciamo così, cura nel dettaglio di ridurre quanto più possibile l'influenza dei componenti magnetizzabili sui sensori magnetici, lo rendono confidente che il Cavway è molto più robusto alle influenze magnetiche, quindi mantiene meglio la calibrazione rispetto al DistoX. Other question is ecco, here is another question. When do you expect to have the first day for shipping? Approximately, more or less, when do you expect to have something available for shipping, those 50 or so first devices?
At the time for first shipping?
Yes.
Maybe in a month I will.
Maybe
in a month or two I will arrange a pre-sale, and depends on the quantity. I will organize the production. In fact, I'm still facing some craft problem issues of the production, because I'm choosing I must choose. There's still some issues about production, like the dispensing.
Yes, the dispensing. Yes,
Yeah,
you told that. That must be the real problem.
I must make sure that the dispensing is reliable.
Yes.
In fact, I'm still working with the molds manufacturer to make sure it can accept a reliable dispensing. So I'm working with the manufacturer. In fact, producing this case is especially a waterproof IP67 level waterproof case is not easy things. I must make it reliable in waterproof. So it maybe still needs some time, but I don't think it will last a very long time. I will make the first dozen of production in recently, maybe in 2 or 3 months. Makes the first production.
And so you haven't set up a pre-sale yet. You will do that. You said we'll start a pre-sale. You said in 1 month or so, right?
I will do a pre-sale, and depending on the quantity, I will do the first production.
So la prima prevendita sarà, lui si aspetta ancora almeno 1 mese, perché sta ancora affrontando il problema di come mettere la colla per chiudere le 2 parti del case in modo che sia impermeabile.
Posso fare anch'io una domanda?
Yes.
È più basica. Volevo chiedergli se calibrare. Sta parlando?
Dillo in inglese.
Sta parlando però, o no? Comunque,
no.
In inglese, would you say that calibrating with Cavway is easier or more difficult compared to DistoX?
Marina is asking whether you think that Cavway calibration is easier or harder than the DistoX.
You mean the calibration function?
Yes.
Compared to the DistoX?
Yes, that's what she's asking.
I think if you are familiar with the calibration of DistoX, you don't need to learn more knowledge about the calibration. You can calibrate the new device directly, and I'm sure you can get a better calibration result easier.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my point of view. You can try after I used the new Cavway to calibrate. I never wanted to back to DistoX calibration. It's much easier.
Hai capito?
Sì, ho capito.
Una volta che usi il disto, il Cavway non torni più indietro al DistoX. Questa è la sua esperienza.
Great.
Per cui puoi stare tranquilla. But now I have a question myself. Do you already have some planning for version X2 of the Cavway? Do you already have some idea of what you would like to put in the next version of the Cavway, even if you haven't worked on that yet?
Maybe you mean the next version of Cavway X1?
Yeah, Cavway X2.
Okay. I don't have a specific plan in the near future, because after the first dozen of the device is distributed worldwide, I guess I will receive a lot of suggestions, and I will make a lot of modification on the firmware, and I guess I will make a lot of time on the firmware, and I will make a new version of the firmware and put it on my website to let users to upgrade their device. This is the first period what I should do in the near future. And if the Cavway proved to be reliable and can be the standard of cave service in 2 or 3 years, I will collect all the suggestions and maybe to design a next device. But because the case, especially the molds to make a case is a crazy expensive. It's crazy expensive for the molds. I will decide if I should make some optimization on the case. So I will maybe in 1 or 2 years in the recent future, I will not make the next model. Maybe after 3 or 4 years, I will begin the development of the next cave server device. Maybe disto. Maybe Cavway X2, Cavway X3. That's my plan.
But one good point is that for the early birds, the early buyers, is that even if they get the device now, and the most of the improvement that you will put on the new devices on the Cavway will be mostly on the firmware. So they will be able to upgrade what they buy now with the new firmware, right? So
yes, that's right.
So they buy the new device now, but they will be able to upgrade what they buy now to the feature with the function that will be in the later devices as well, right?
All the devices can be upgraded by a Windows application.
Because the basic hardware, the case, that will stay like that for quite a while. As you said, you will not consider working on the case for quite a while after, because of the cost, the cost of molding that is very expensive. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, even in
that's
China,
right.
It's a crazy high price.
Crazy high price. How many devices do you expect to sell worldwide? That's a business question.
Sorry?
How many Cavway devices do you expect to sell? Have you given any thought about that?
I don't know. Maybe the more the better. I don't know.
Yeah, of course, the more the better.
I don't know. I expected the device to be the world standard of cave service.
Yeah, you wish to be that the Cavway will become the new golden standard of cave serving, to take the place of the. Yeah, because so far no devices has taken the place of the DistoX310. The DistoX310 is still the reference device for cave serving, at least for traditional cave serving. Okay. Any other question, Marina?
No, qui niente domande, però l'orario è quello che è. We all are at work.
You're all at work, so okay. So I think we can stop here now. Thank you again for joining us, Siwei. Thank you for all of you that attended this web presentation where we talk about the new Cavway device. And what can I say? If you how would you advertise the pre-sale? First of all, maybe this is the last question. How do you plan to advertise the pre-sale so that people can find it and contact you? This is probably another question that people want to know.
Yeah, people can contact me by email, by Facebook Messenger, and by WhatsApp, and by I have just established my website. There's a form. Users can fill in the form to contact me, and I will reply them.
What is your website that you just established?
It's not just established. It has established for a long time, but recently I just update some of the content on the website.
So is that cave device or what is
.com?
that?
Yeah.
.com. Yes.
Yeah. I will make. Users can make an order directly on the website.
Will you use that website to when you advertise, when you decide to start a pre-sale? Will you put there?
Yeah.
Will you put a notice on that website?
Yeah. I will put everything, the news, Nautic on the website, and currently
on your Facebook page as well. And yeah, okay. So people will get to know that the pre-sale is on, and they can
move to the website.
Apply for it if they want.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think we are done with the question. I don't know.
Una domanda l'avrei ancora.
Oh, there is another question from Marina.
No, faccio in
italiano,
così.
Go ahead.
Devo sapere che tipo di feedback ha ricevuto finora.
Okay.
Cavway. Quindi, what kind of feedback have you received so far from people who tested the Cavway?
Yeah, there's also another question about that. How many Cavway did you give, prototype did you give around for testing? And what kind of feedback did you get from the tester, like myself?
Not too many people, approximately six prototype, because I keep in optimization of this device. After I back to China from October last year, I made 3 versions of the device, of the structure of the case. I always make some a lot of optimization. I 3D printed the case, and after 3 optimizations, I am confident that the case is okay, and I found a factory to make the final molds and to produce them in mass quantity. So I don't distribute it too many prototype
yes.
devices. Yeah. But I spent a lot of time testing it.
And what kind of feedback did you get from the tester?
A lot of feedbacks. For example, there's one expert cavers telling me that I should make the delay shot functions better. I should make the delay function only in shots, only in leg shots, not in split shots. So I modified the firmware to meet his. I think his suggestion is very good. So I modified the firmware to meet his requirement. And some of another users told me that the new calibration is much better. They all like the new calibration method and a lot of calibration. And another user feeded back that the magnetic interference detection function works very well. When he put his Cavway X1 too close to anchors or smartphone, there will be a alert warning. This function is very good.
But is the warning only when you take a shot that gives you a audio warning? How does the warning work?
I think the warning, the magnetic interference detection warning works reliable.
Yeah, but what does the user see as a warning? Just this E note, E letter on E character on the screen, or is there
No,
some
no. A sound.
a sound?
A sound
Yes.
as well as a warning on the screen.
Yeah.
If there's a
See,
if
but
there's an error, accuracy error detected, the sound is not the same.
Yes.
It's another sound. It's a different sound.
There's a different sound. Yes.
Yeah. It's a very clear. It's very easy to identify it by human beings. It's very easy.
Yes.
Very easy to identify it.
I guess this is kind of obvious for you that you are using the Cavway for so long, but maybe we should say it for people that haven't got it in their hands yet. So you have to tell what do you use for a warning.
Sorry?
I see. It's obvious that this you use a sound to tell the warning because we have been using the Cavway for 2 years or now, no? But most of the people here that follow us have never got their Cavway in their hand, so we should tell them how the device gives a warning. What kind of warning? What kind of warning? What is the mean the device uses to give a warning? So in this case, it's a sound that is very different from the normal sound from a sound of a normal shot. Yes.
The sound is different. Maybe I have already wrote it in the user manual, and maybe later I will record some videos, some tutorial videos, and I will upload it in YouTube. To make more cavers know how to use it.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't have any other question. If there is nothing else, if Marina doesn't have any more question too,
Okay.
I think we can finish here.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Siwei, for telling us everything about the new Cavway. We are already eager to get it and try it. I mean, I had the prototype. I use it. I'm happy with that. I will be much happier, I guess, really much happier with the real one. I mean, not the real, notice the prototype is not real, but the final one, the final product. Thank you for all of you for following us, all of you that joining the Jitsi room for this talk, and for everyone that is following on the live streaming. So I think we can finish here, Marina.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
Okay, so also thank you for all of you.
And